Have you ever felt like a car could actually change the way the world moves? Not just your daily commute here, but the entire future of how we live, work, and connect. The 2026 Tesla Model 3 isn't just another new release. It's a quiet revolution rolling on four wheels. And if you stick with this video until the end, you'll discover why this one model might just mark the most important turning point in the history of electric vehicles, or maybe even the car industry itself. Let's be honest, car lovers are hard to impress. We've seen roaring engines, slick designs, and wild promises. But Tesla does something different. It doesn't just add horsepower or range. It shifts expectations. Elon Musk isn't chasing the marketer, he's shaping it. The 2026 Model 3 is a direct result of that mindset. Here's the thing. Most automakers sell upgrades. Tesla sells ideas. Every model tells a bigger story, and this one speaks louder than ever before. Because what's under the hood is important, a broken bar, but what's behind the wheel is the real game changer. Car enthusiasts understand this instinctively. We don't just want speed, we crave meaning. We don't fall for just shinier, we connect with vision. And that's exactly what the new Model 3 taps into. At first glance, you might think, it's just a refresh. But that's where the psychology comes in. Tesla knows our brains are wired for familiar novelty. That's why this car looks recognizably broken bar but feels entirely new. It's like meeting an old friend who's suddenly become sharper, stronger, and smarter. Why does this matter now? Because the world is at a crossroads. Fossil fuels are fading. AI is stepping into the driver's seat. People are looking for more than just performance here, they're looking for purpose. And Tesla is offering that purpose on four wheels. The 2026 Model 3 is being called a game changer for good reason. It combines what we already love here: instant torque, clean energy, minimalist power, with what we didn't know we needed, a deeper emotional connection with our car. Stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're going to unpack exactly how Tesla pulled this off, from the new design language to the tech under the surface, and the psychology that makes it all work. If you love cars, not just for what they are, but for what they represent, this is a story you'll want to hear until the very end, because the 2026 Tesla Model 3 isn't just here to impress, it's here to lead. At first glance, the 2026 Tesla Model 3 doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't need to. It speaks with quiet confidence here through design that feels precise, intentional, and deeply human. This update isn't about flash. It's about refinement. Tesla has reimagined the Model 3's exterior with cleaner lines, sleeker headlights, and a more aerodynamic profile. Every curve is there for a reason. It's not just for looks, it's for efficiency. The drag coefficient has dropped, improving range without adding a single extra battery cell. Psychologically, we're drawn to designs that are simple but powerful. It's called cognitive fluency. Our brains prefer things that are easy to process. That's why this design works. It feels futuristic, yet familiar. Striking, yet calming. Elon Musk once said great design is as little design as possible. And this Model 3 reflects that perfectly. The headlights are sharper and more expressive, here subtle, but commanding. Even the taillights have been refined to give a more focused, modern look. Tesla understands that humans connect emotionally to facial features, even in machines. The face of a car matters more than most people realize. Step inside, and the philosophy continues. Minimalism isn't just aesthetic, it's psychological. The clean interior, the absence of clutter, the redesigned ambient lighting, it all creates a sense of control. Research shows that calm spaces lower stress and boost focus. That matters when you're driving, especially in the chaos of modern cities. Tesla has introduced new materials as well as soft-touch surfaces, more sustainable textiles, and quieter cabin insulation. Again, This speaks to more than luxury. It speaks to emotional comfort. Car lovers don't just want performance here, they want to feel something every time they sit behind the wheel. And let's not ignore the emotional value of sustainability. More people than ever want their choices to reflect their values. Tesla's commitment to eco-friendly design isn't just good for the planet, it strengthens the bond between car and driver. The 2026 Model 3 proves that great design doesn't need to scream. It just needs to resonate, and when it does, it doesn't just turn heads, it captures hearts. Design pulls you in, but performance seals the connection. The 2026 Tesla Model 3 is more than a pretty shape, it's a machine built to move with purpose. This latest version isn't louder, it's smarter, faster, and more balanced. Tesla has fine-tuned the dual-motor system for quicker response and smoother acceleration. The result: a 0 to 60 time under 4 seconds on the performance trim. But it's not just about speed, it's about how that speed feels. Human psychology responds deeply to acceleration. That punch you feel when the car launches, that's your brain releasing dopamine, the chemical behind thrill and reward. It's no coincidence that car lovers describe fast acceleration as addictive. Tesla taps directly into that impulse, but without the noise or fumes. The Model 3 now offers more range, over 370 miles on a single charge, depending on the variant. That's not just a number, it's a stress reliever. Range anxiety is real, and Tesla knows that. Confidence behind the wheel comes from trust. Trust that you'll get where you need to go, without compromises. And then there's the silence. Unlike gas-powered cars that growl and roar, the Model 3 glides. Research shows that less cabin noise reduces driver fatigue and improves mental focus. What feels like luxury is actually good for your brain. Handling has also been sharpened. With improved suspension and weight distribution, the Model 3 hugs the road like a sports sedan, yet feels light and effortless. Its performance with precision are not just brute force. That matters, especially for drivers who don't just want to go fast, but want to feel in control at every curve. Tesla doesn't make cars for show. It makes cars that react, adapt, and engage. The performance of the 2026 Model 3 isn't about being the fastest car on the road. It's about being the smartest form of motion you've ever experienced. This is the kind of performance that doesn't burn fuel, but it still ignites emotion. Performance excites the body, but technology speaks to the mind. And that's where the 2026 Tesla Model 3 takes a bold leap forward. This car doesn't just drive you, it thinks. At the core is Tesla's updated full self-driving system, now running on next-gen AI chips. It processes data from 8 cameras and dozens of sensors in real time, learning from billions of miles already driven. But the goal isn't just to take over the wheel, it's to make the driver feel safer, more aware, and more in control. Humans are wired to trust patterns. When technology predicts behavior and reacts before we do, it creates psychological comfort. That's why Tesla's driver assist features like automatic lane changes, smart cruise, and traffic light recognition feel less like tools and more like instincts. Inside, the infotainment system is faster, sharper, and more immersive. Tesla's custom OS now supports more personalization, smarter voice control, and even integrated apps that learn your routines. Whether it's adjusting climate before you ask or preloading your favorite route, the system feels like a co-pilot that actually knows you. And it's not just about function, it's about feeling. Studies show that drivers form emotional bonds with machines that adapt to their habits. This isn't cold automation, it's connection through intelligence. The new sound system has been upgraded too, with custom-tuned speakers and deeper bass response. The audio feels like a private concert hall. For many drivers, music isn't background, it's therapy. Tesla understands that. Every note, every beat, feels intentional. Even the over-the-air updates matter more than most realize. While traditional cars age the moment they leave the lot, the Model 3 keeps evolving. New features roll out quietly, improving performance, safety, and convenience without needing to visit a service center. This taps into a deep psychological reward loop, a constant improvement without effort. Tesla doesn't just add technology for the sake of specs. It adds tech that enhances trust, emotion, and daily experience. And in a world where the 2026 Tesla Model 3 isn't just a car, it's a message, a quiet signal that the age of combustion is giving way to something cleaner, smarter, and more human-centered. Elon Musk has never hidden his goal. It's not just to build electric vehicles. It's to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. And the Model 3 has always been the foundation of that mission. Affordable, high performance, and scalably, this model was designed to reach the masses. Now, with this latest evolution, it's more accessible and meaningful than ever. Owning a Tesla used to be a bold statement. Today, it's becoming a practical choice. But what hasn't changed is the emotional layer behind that decision. Psychologists call it identity signaling, the idea that people choose products that reflect who they are, or who they want to be. The 2026 Model 3 speaks directly to that part of the brain. You're not just buying a chassis, you're joining a movement, one that values innovation over tradition, progress over noise, and purpose over status. That's powerful psychology, and Tesla knows how to channel it. This isn't about crushing the competition. It's about reshaping what competition even looks like. While legacy automakers scramble to catch up, Tesla keeps redefining the benchmark, and not with gimmicks, but with a long-term vision rooted in engineering and emotion. Even the production process has changed. With updates to Tesla's gigafactories, the Model 3 is now cheaper to build and faster to roll out, without sacrificing quality. That means more people can afford to own one, and the mission scales faster. And as software becomes the soul of the car, the line between vehicle and companion continues to blur. The 2026 Model 3 isn't a tool. It's an intelligent partner. One that learns with you, grows with you, and travels every mile with purpose. This car isn't here to just perform. It's here to represent a turning point, a clean break from the past. And for those who love cars not just for how they move here but for what they mean, this is a moment worth remembering. The future didn't arrive with noise. It arrived with intention. And it's already here.